Hello, fellow leggers. You're joining us once again. We're in the car.
Yeah, so it must be time for Anybody Have a Map Volume 4?
I've got to say, can I say right now that my mind is almost a bit blown by the amount of epic comments we are receiving from you fellow leggers.
We are so grateful for the amount of time that you take to tell us about your experience and to share with everybody. So we all know we're not on our own when it comes to things like feeling that we're being priced out of the market when it comes to seeing good theatre, or that there are really terrible people out there that make theatre going a really crappy time sometimes because of their poor etiquette.
I think that's a kind of reoccurring theme. A lot of people are saying the state of the audiences in today's theatre leaves a lot to be desired.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, we've been calling it out for ages and giving you specific examples of when it's been bad or what we think is bad. But check out our theatre etiquette. Anybody have a map if you haven't seen it? Also, my rants. I go on tirades about this a lot, guys. And
really?
I'm feeling your pain. I just want to say it's empathy that what it is. It's just empathy. But
I mean, you know what? It is. No, it is frustrating. Mm-hmm. It's so frustrating when you are in the midst of that stuff. Mm-hmm. Of when there's someone there, my heart starts to go. I start to sweat. I think, how am I going to tackle this? No, ignore it. Just leave. They'll stop in a minute. One more time.
They don't.
And then before I know it, I've missed a portion of the scene, and I'm thinking, what's going on here? So, do you know what? It's really anxiety provoking. I think it could cause some people a panic attack.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's just infuriating, and then it becomes your overriding experience is one of frustration and not one of enjoyment.
Anyway,
we can talk all day about that.
Can we throw in West End Live?
Yes, so we are going to be hitting up West End Live weekend, 21st, 22nd of June. So please, or is it 21st?
Oh, comment below, let us know. It's June.
It's in the calendar.
It's a weekend.
But I mean, I haven't got it right now.
For those of you who haven't been or don't know, what would we expect? I guess just explain it a little.
You can expect some of the hottest performances on the West End right now, taking place in Trafalgar Square, completely free. These fantastic actors that are out there in these shows putting on a scene for you just to promote their shows and to show you the quality of West End entertainment right now. Completely free, guys.
And it's shows that are on in the West End, coming on in the West End or have been on the West End, because I remember when we've been there before, the casts of like Les Mis who were there performing, literally running back to the Queen's Theatre,
full costume,
all in costume, ready to go on stage, or having just finished a number. Again, at the time it was Dreamgirls, I think it was, and again they've literally just finished a show, running onto the stage at Trafalgar Square, and then going back to the theatre. So it's like big stuff. Yeah,
please check it out. It's just great fun, and it's a wonderful environment because you are surrounded by this wonderful theatre community to which you and we belong.
People like you and us.
People like you.
So we are going to be there. So please come by and say hello.
We love to meet you guys. We love a photo with you for Instagram as well. We might even have something to hand out at West End Live. So do check us out. Just a little tease.
To hand out.
Let's move on to some hot topics this time round. Let's spill the tea on a few things that have been, I don't know, I would say going on in the world of theatre at the moment. One of which is this argument that seems to be out there right now, maybe fueled by what has happened at Waitress about stunt casting.
Okay, I'm not as up to date in all of this news and what happened, so this would be a good opportunity also for you to fill me in on what's going on. So what's the backstory?
Nobody knows the full story here, so some of this is rumour and speculation. A lot of you will have already seen this, but
stuff's going down with Waitress.
Stuff is going down with Waitress. So currently the role of Dawn is being played by a wonderful actress called Laura Baldwin,
who we saw in Eugenius. Is it that character?
Yes, it's that actress.
Character.
I'm sure she is a character, but we don't know her. Anyway, she is leaving Waitress for a little while. And has been put on what we believe to be a standby hold, taking the main role that she won through that massive audition process that surely happened, and is being replaced by Ashley Roberts of Pussycat Dolls fame / Strictly.
So when you say she's would you say she's leaving the show for a while? She's going on a
summer.
secondment, or she's got something better to do?
No, well, we don't actually know. All we know is that Ashley is going into waitress, and Laura is being, I believe, understudying whilst that's happening.
So is the controversy in that we don't know if she's being pushed aside,
yes,
or whether she's actually willingly going to one side?
Yes, that is basically what's happened. Now,
ouch!
It's not a secret that Waitress isn't doing as well as they would have liked.
Which is a real shame,
yeah,
because I was really surprised.
You were. And as a result, maybe they feel that they need to put a name into it to drum up a bit of attention over the summer when you are relying on, would it be safe to say, more of a tourist audience?
Well, I think we probably need to have a chat about this, about stunt casting,
yes,
maybe in this conversation, but I guess a name does attract a show.
Then we've got to ask the question is, how big a name is Ashley Roberts? Do you know her?
Did you say she's from the Pussycat Dolls?
Yes.
I wouldn't
She was
know
also
her
on Strictly.
otherwise.
Okay.
It wouldn't be something that would drive me to go and see this show. I mean, we're getting into stunt casting territory now, because I don't know how much of a name, what name would need to be there to pull me in to see a show.
Quite. Now, I think there are, for us who see a lot of theatre, for me, it would always be the case that I would expect the person in the role to be trained to be in that role. If it was a musical theatre piece, to have had a certain degree of training, to have gone through an audition process, to be the absolute best person for that job, and it would be completely irrelevant to me whether I knew them before or not, personally.
However, the producers...
Yes, however, the producers think differently.
People who want the money.
Quite.
Quite.
And
it's a very quiet day.
Quite.
We're being ever so posh this
Aren't
afternoon.
Aren't we? But like I say, that's me. But I mean, generally, if I was walking past down the Strand, and I saw several theatres, and I saw someone on a billboard that I recognised on a marquee, maybe, just maybe, I'd be more inclined to see it and think that I was spending my money in a safe place because I knew that person. Now, where is stunt casting okay? I would say Panto. I expect a name. I expect to see somebody that I wouldn't normally see in that environment. And I think because the way Pantos are written and rewritten every time, it can be shaped around that actor or actress's ability or what they are known for. When it's a piece that is already established, I think it becomes much more difficult, and then I think the lines get blurred.
Okay, so for our international viewers, pantomime, I'm sure you've heard about pantomime. It's a very British... Is it British? It's a UK
absolutely
thing?
British thing. And
very British tradition.
Happens around Christmas, a fairy tale story.
And the proportion of the leads are pretty much known people, either to TV. Quite often they'll be regionally known performers, so local radio presenters will take on key roles, for example. But people are known regionally, so people who may never have stepped foot into a role will get an opportunity to,
show
be
what they
involved
do
in a pantomime.
And that,
it's not even sure what they do, because I guess it would be very different to what they normally do. Someone's a radio presenter, or someone's a bit of a YouTube, just talking about stuff. Then suddenly they're in a role.
We're available.
They're available. If they're going to pull someone in, then Panto is where they are.
Absolutely.
And that usually the poster for a Panto, the top names of these people. So and so from this soap, or so and so from this kid's television program, and that's part of the tradition.
Yeah, it's part of the tradition. I would say there are times where we have maybe considered somebody to be stunt casting, but not realised how maybe they were previously trained, or they started off in theatre, went to a drama school, and then got sucked into the realms of TV work or whatever that might be, and then we're overwhelmed and surprised at how good they are sometimes.
Well, now this is an you say the people who have been put into a stunt casting role. I'm immediately thinking of who's the guy we saw in Ruthless.
We had Jason Gardner.
Jason Gardner. Would I have said that was stunt casting? I wouldn't have necessarily. I mean, how would you define stunt casting?
I mean, he is a known name. He's a judge on the British show Dancing on Ice, and I would say that he's known for that. So much so that when we went to see it, I thought that casting, and said at the beginning of that review, I thought it was a little bit odd. Then I looked at the the
I'm out of
programme
credits.
and saw his credits to see that he had trained, he'd done lots of theatre, he's a dancer himself, he's done Cats, I mean, that's a dance show, and I had to apologise to him. We got a lovely message off Jason as well, because I said I didn't know those things, and then I think what you could originally see as stunt casting becomes something different.
So hang on, Ashley Roberts.
Yes, back to Waitress.
How is she different? So does she have a performing background?
Again, I don't really know, but she's known as a pussycat doll.
Because a lot of these people...
She can dance. She was done dancing on
Dancing
Strictly
with the
Come
Stars,
Dancing.
Strictly Come Dancing.
Yeah,
a lot of these
she did
people,
really well.
like, what if they do have a performing background, but then they've just gone into TV or they've gone into something else, so then they've reached celebrity status but that's not what they're known for.
It happens, I'm sure it happens. Another example of that is Stockard Channing. We know she's a TV actress, but we didn't know her stage ability.
Because again, you may not know transferable skills.
Yeah, because
maybe
you get lots of
camera.
takes, don't you, on screen, but you get one shot on stage. And she was fantastic. Who have you seen that has either surprised you, or who have you seen that felt that they shouldn't have been or didn't deserve to be in the piece or the role that they were in? I'd be really interested in that. I've got to say, it doesn't seem to happen a huge amount. I don't think we've seen something where I've gone, oh my God, that person was literally only put there because they're a name.
Cat on a Hot Tin Roof.
Sienna Miller.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
I thought she...
Beautiful.
Beautiful, stunning, striking, in film and in the right roles. I think she's great.
Yeah.
However, taking on such a big role, now I don't know if it was just the Cat on a Hot Tin Roof that I didn't get, but she was the driving force in that, and it did nothing for me.
No, it just didn't land. So, is that stunt casting? What is that? What is the reason that's happened?
Who else did we see recently in Betrayal? Tom Hiddleston.
Yes.
Fantastic actor.
Yeah, but I mean...
Love him. He's great.
Yeah, and he does everything well.
He's a stage and screen actor, but he's well known for that.
I think have the conversation, guys. Let us know who you've seen that you felt shouldn't have been there, or who you've seen that surprised you, because we know we surely can't be alone on this. Last time...
Have we finished with Waitress? Because I know we've gone off on a bit of a...
Yeah. Do you know what? I think...
Talking about stunt casting.
Much as what needs to be said has been said about Waitress. Go and look it up if you're unsure about exactly what's happening and make your own mind up. David Hunter, who is in the cast of that, hi David, has had a lot to say about it. I mean, he's on the inside and he's saying, look guys, you don't know the full story, and I think we have to accept that. There's a whole other waitress in casting balls up when it comes to the lead at the moment as well, and the whole Lucy Jones debacle.
Okay.
But that is a whole other story, and I think it's for another chat personally.
Okay. What else do we have to talk about then?
Well, last time we invited people to tell us if they felt that theatre pricing was elitist, whether they thought they were being priced out or it was unfair, the prices that were being asked to pay. And we've had some fantastic comments, so thank you so much once again. Maeve Roscoe, lovely to hear from you again. We know that you've been with us for a while. Hey Maeve. Saying missed out on Fleabag tickets because of the expense. When they got to booking them, there were no tickets available before under £100. And there were tickets available at lesser price for that to begin with, but they go, as I always say, the cheaper tickets go first, and then the real theatre fans, you know, if you're not privileged position to be able to pay Delphont McIntosh's sort of priority booking membership, then you are going to miss out on this, and I don't think that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Mrs. Cronall, not been very well recently, Mrs. Cronall.
No.
Hope you're feeling better. Again, you've been with us for a long, long time. We love you and our heart is
Big
going
love.
out to you. Hope you are back to 100% in no time at all. Saying how you were always shocked by the price of tickets in London, and that you don't live there but you fly there, and you're always trying to get reasonable stall seats, and it's a difficult thing to do. But I think there are ways and means. You know, it's flexibility, it's being able to have that luxury, but we know not everybody has it.
We had quite a few comments about people telling us about their local theatres, definitely
Regional
up north.
theatres.
Yeah, regional theatres up north specifically. Joining their mailing lists as well is a big key thing, so you get advance sales. Theatres, I think, that are just switched on to paying attention to have a proportion of their seats available at lower prices.
Yeah.
it's just the way forwards. Have your premium price tickets, but also have those that are dedicated to theatre who want to sign up for a membership fee, get advance booking tickets. That's the way forward.
Absolutely. Want to move on a little bit now.
We're moving on.
Talk about another topic which is quite hot property, and I think this is going to be something that you've all got an opinion on, and that is bootlegs. Theatre bootlegs. When someone has, let's face it, illegally recorded a production and then is sharing it maybe on YouTube, maybe on the black market, so other people can see it. It's illegal. We don't advocate it, but is there any times where you think that it's okay? Is it one of those laws that you sort of flout a little bit?
Well,
what's your thoughts?
Okay, so first up, it's legal, people.
It's illegal.
There's so many people who are under money in terms of the producers, the actors, they're not getting a fee, I guess the house, there's just so much money. Property of the writer, I guess, and the artistic property of the director who's involved choreography. There's so much going on with it there. However, I would like to say that I've never clicked on one when they've come up on YouTube. Usually they're up somewhere. I'm trying to think, and they're under really strange titles. It's never under
usually,
when I've
and we're
seen
not
them,
saying how to find them, but they are often
they just pop up sometimes on the feed.
Sometimes listed as slime tutorials.
Right.
I'm going no further with that. Do your research, but that's there. A lot of the time they get under the radar by being listed as slime tutorials.
And they're usually up there for a little while, get thousands of views, and then they're gone.
Yeah.
Because they're, as rightly as they should be, they're taken down because they're breaching that copyright and license agreements.
Yes.
But I have clicked on them just to go like, what is, I guess more out of intrigue and curiosity as well, to go, wow, what is this? And the whole show will be on there, the whole 2 hours worth will be on there. So I'm trying to think of, we've said very much like why it's wrong. On the other side, I guess it's giving people the opportunity to see something they may not see.
I think, I'm not advocating it, but I think where it might be sort of something that is a little bit more acceptable is if that production has ended, if there is nobody making any money from that particular production of that show, and you know, you've had no opportunity to see it and it's never going to come back, is that okay? Guys, it's really tricky, but I would say that is maybe more okay. Oh God, it's like levels of wrong, isn't it? No, and
I think this is where production companies need to take charge, because they should be putting out a high quality, because again, we're talking about low quality.
Yeah, they're usually unwatchable a lot of the time.
Shaky footage. I imagine that when an usher comes along, it will suddenly be put down. So it's going to be shaky. It's going to be dodgy focus. Suddenly action's going to be going on and they're going to be trying to catch up. There's something different to be said for pro shot. I think producers, come the end of the life, I do think you've got something there. If it's never going to be seen again, producers record it properly
and monetize it.
Monetize it and put it out there. Either put it out there in a hard copy, or put it out there on one of these websites where you can pay a monthly fee, and like where it can be accessible. Because otherwise, you're right, it is lost forever. What a waste of all that investment and all that time for it just to be shelved. And that's another money-making opportunity for the producers and the license holders.
I mean, then you go into either way, I think money is going to be lost because people are still going to pirate those things. They potentially could still be shared. Some is better than none, I guess, in this situation. So what are your views on bootlegs? Have you watched any? We're not judging and we're not going to report you. Or when do you think maybe it's okay? Or how do you feel about them? We would love to know. So let's have that chat too.
Yeah, I think as an ex-performer as well, I think I'd feel a bit betrayed by the fact that, someone is, I guess, making money off it, because as a performer you're missing out on royalties.
I'm so glad I've got no video footage of you performing in anything ever. I've got none at all.
Have you not?
No. Let's talk about another comment. Something we've opened up is, what theatre-y books are you reading at the moment? We've had some great comments on those. Sarah Wright said that recently she is reading Dramatic Exchanges, a collection of letters from the National Theatre Archives, and also has read Nick Heitner's autobiography, both of which they enjoyed and found insightful for a behind-the-scenes look at theatre.
The Nick Heitner book, the letters, what was the name of that?
Letters? Didn't say.
Okay, that I did remember picking that book up while we were at the National Theatre Bookshop, having a flick through, and it looked really interesting. Letters from the public. I think there were some complaints in there about different shows and how they had responded to those. It looked to make a really interesting read. So that gets my thumbs up. I haven't read it myself.
Okay. I've just started an autobiography by Moss Hart called Act 1. I picked up a first edition British copy of it in a charity shop for like next to nothing, published in 1959. Now, Moss Hart, if you don't know, is a very, very famous American playwright and theatre director, probably best known for directing My Fair Lady, and also being a sort of big friend of Oscar Hammerstein as well. And I am enjoying it so far because, again, it's a bit of a behind the scenes look. He also wrote the screenplay for A Star Is Born, and also did the play Merrily We Roll Along, from which the Sondheim musical was based on as well.
Okay.
I just think it's fascinating, this historical look at theatre and how things were back then and how relationships are formed within theatre too. The book was adapted into a film called Act 1 in 1963, and also a stage version which premiered in 2012 but was revived in 2014. I think it was nominated for a Tony as well. So
really?
Yeah, so I mean, maybe we'll see a stage version of it at one point, but that's what I'm reading at the moment. Act 1, an autobiography by Moss Hart.
So some book recommendations for you, theatre books. Again, let us know about any theatre books that you have come across, and we'll try and link them in the description below, and share the love.
Yeah, absolutely.
We've seen on our travels some leggers while we've been in the theatre.
Yes.
So thank you very much. I'm trying to think. We saw Doug just the other day while
Douglas,
seeing.
nice
what did we see? Sweet
aspiring
Charity.
playwright and his mum. Lovely to meet him.
Also, while at the Young Vic, I think while seeing Death of a Salesman, I think we saw someone. So if you see us out and about,
Jamie Pigeon, we've seen a couple of times now.
Yes, hello again, Jamie.
And also a viewer whose name escapes me right now, but we follow her on Instagram, from Moscow, from Russia.
Who knew?
Ooh, we had that
International
reach, guys. But it is genuinely lovely to say hello, and we appreciate it so much. And
So
always got time to find out what you're doing and what you're seeing.
So please come and chat to us if you see us.
Yeah. So anything else you might want to talk about in this particular edition?
We've had some really interesting etiquette experiences of late, and as usual, keep sharing. It's a very passionate subject.
Yeah.
We love hearing from them. If you've got anything else you want us to be talking about, then please also comment below. Some really good ideas. I think that's about it for now.
Great. So stay tuned. If you like these sorts of things, hit subscribe, hit like, let us know that you are there, because we only make them so that you can watch them. Otherwise, we could just have this conversation with each other, and then I might have to talk to him. I'd rather talk to you. We're the Breaker Leggers.
And we'll catch you again soon.
Bye.